Hi, my name is Jaan Saar, and I'm from Future Insight, one of the Awkward partners. And I'm here to present the Estonian demo case for Awkward. Actually, it's 3 demo cases that I'm presenting, and let's jump right into it. The project we used for the Awkward, the building project, is a new school building in Tallinn. It's for the school Realkool. So it has an old building, but also a new building that is just now recently constructed. We looked at 3 regulations, one for fire safety, one for accessibility, requirements for special needs of disabled people, and also one specifically at schools looking at health protection requirements. And this was all in the context of a building permit, but the building has already received a permit. It's just a project we used to test out. And although Estonia already has a BIM-based permitting system, a government system called the building registry, for the Akka projects, we decided to do the demo with Clearly BIM, which uses the same underlying software that is also used in the National Building Registry. And this is a high-level cloud architecture. We do use the components from Awkward, the rule formalization. We looked at the rules. We ran them through the process. We do have an ideas generation tool as well that we tried with this project, but still, we ended up using a largely manual process to actually get the rules and to define the rules within Clearly BIM. Because we weren't able to directly translate all the national regulation into executable checks, a manual step was needed in between, and Clearly BIM doesn't also read BCRL yet. But the idea is that we still take the legislation, we break it down into pieces, we make that into rules. We also use the common BIM standard from Estonia. And within Clearly BIM, we have the option of running both IDS checks and compliance checking. There's a BIM viewer, it stores data, but the actual process of permitting is run in the National Building Registry, which also has a BIM module. But as I explained before, for the demo, we're going to use Clearly BIM. So now I'm quickly going to jump into the Clearly BIM environment. So you see this is the school building. And as Clearly BIM is also a standalone commercial service, again, you don't have to use the whole of the Estonian government building registry system. You can run the checks within Clearly BIM itself. So here you see a breakdown of checks based on the legislation. So you have fire safety, accessibility in schools, and I can select all the checks and I can execute them. And that's where the software runs the algorithms and shows you in a nice way the results as well. Some have passed everything. Some of the checks are not maybe passed, but some are partially passed or with some errors. So for example, if you look at fire resistance of load-bearing structures, we can see which structures do have the relevant load-bearing properties with them, and we can also look at the ones that don't. So in many cases, yeah, this is also fine. I'm not going to go into the detail of all the checks because this is just a quick, short introduction to show you the demo. So this is really just to illustrate how these checks can be viewed and run within Clearly BIM and within the project we had. And yeah, like also for accessibility, minimum room height, the height of study rooms, for example, restrooms on every floor where studying is being conducted. And these are all the checks that we implemented, we configured specifically for Awkward here. And what's cool about Clearly BIM is that it runs in the browser. It's easy to use. It has really simple tools, for example, just to look at different floors. But the power of the solution itself is, okay, one thing is the visualization, but running the checks and visualizing the checks is where it really has the potential to automate and speed up the whole building permitting process. And again, if I look at, for example, some checks like the minimum room height, I can see some rooms that don't match this criteria, and I can drill down into, okay, which rooms these exactly are. And as I can see, this is actually not a real room. It is actually, let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's a storage area, so it doesn't have to meet the height requirements. So yeah, so this is, I think, enough for the demo of Clearly BIM. Some of the quick lessons learned or feedback we had from authorities when we showed these checks, when they had a chance to really try them out. It's clear that the potential is there to really automate a huge amount of work that is not done fully today using manual means, because it's just impossible to cover everything. So it gives an added level of quality. From the designers, we also got the feedback that it helps to improve the model. It also helps in understanding the common BIM requirements. So you actually see why these properties are required within the model, so that you can execute checks. And when it comes to submitting an application, we can also extract information from the model, automatically fill out a lot of information in the application, which makes it easier and faster for the applicants. So yeah, I think that's about it. So hopefully we will see you in our webinars, and you will have fun exploring all the cool stuff that the Awkward project had produced. And if you're interested in Clearly BIM, just look me up and get in touch. Thank you.